Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. The
previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Chiefs come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Mahomes to throw once more. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Brandon, what we just saw there were two guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A very solid gain of 27.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And some room to roll now. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That is caught at the 7. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
We'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now a play fake here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On play action, they'll throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, if you have man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Well, just say thank you, Mr. QB. That ball gets tipped in the air, and they come out with a first down.
You've said it before, sometimes better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, but what you have to do as a defender, that ball's in the air, you've got to go up and get it, and at worst, knock it to the ground.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. These two teams all tied after one. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
18 Rattler. 19 tight.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Mia OTSS, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Again, he'll drop the throw. This will be caught at about the 5. So nothing doing there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The kick by Sanders is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chiefs take over first down at their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Here's Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Mustang 19. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes.
On the slant, he's got Hardman.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards on this play.
On 1st down, Mahomes.
He'll find Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Second and 8 coming up.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Dolphins 31, Chiefs 14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmaker.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Keon Crossing. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Ken Walker
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Caught by Woods.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. And again, it's Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
On second down, it's Walker.
They find some open field here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's got a man, complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They're going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Cut 19!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let it go again.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Well, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando. We check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Finds his man over the middle. It's likely.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down.
I'm not sure that the surprise was that they actually faked it. That's classic territory to go ahead and do it. The surprise to me is that they were successful. I'm not sure the defense was really prepared.
And now they're going to keep the drive alive here. Really big play on the fake punt. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes over the middle, complete. It's Woods. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. From 10 yards out.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Mahomes will throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As we prepare for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They run again with Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
They'll get that out wide to Waddle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and the lead will stay put at 17. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Touchdown! Nicole Hardman from 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. 153 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They go play action here on first down.
That's complete. It's Wk15. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
I'm not right.
Again, it's Walker.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a third and 2 more.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
This is third and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. If you got control of this thing, get in behind us.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Ken Walker
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Dolphins will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Mahomes now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Mahomes. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mahomes will throw. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Keon Crossett. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami,
their battle to finish above 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year.
And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they drop their 7th game on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.
10.